There are two ways to easily beat the rejection blues and move through the sting of the no quicker, and I'm going to be sharing what they are in this episode of Unstoppable Actors.
You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode?
Hi, welcome to the Unstoppable Actors podcast. I say it at the beginning of every single episode, but I'm so excited you are here. I'm so excited to be able to dive into this topic with you about beating rejection blues and imparting my knowledge, which I've accumulated over 14 years of coaching actors and getting them from being unknowns all the way into TV productions and beyond, and from my own acting career itself as well. And I'm going to be offering you a different slant on rejection from a job that I used to do, which was a non-acting job that really links into and can be used and utilised for our own acting careers as actors as well. And I think you're really going to love this, especially if rejection is something that you have been struggling with, or that even though most of the time you're all right with it, sometimes it gets the better of you. So if that's you, this is a really good episode for you. Before I get into it, I delivered a free masterclass on Saturday. It's called the Winning Actor Masterclass, Bulletproof Yourself Against Rejection. It was incredible. It went down a storm. The actors came out of it so pumped, so enthusiastic, and so ready to rock rejection to the point that it would never ever affect them again. And I want to give you the recording of this free class so you can experience what they experienced and load yourself up on really powerful exercises and learnings and teachings about rejection that are not spoken about in the industry. You've got to be quick though, because this masterclass is being deleted at the end of Friday, the 8th of November. So please go and get it. Please go and watch it. It's only an hour long. Your acting career is worth investing an hour of your time in. You can go and get it at bit.ly/The Winning Actor. If you type that into Google, you'll be able to enter your email, tell me where you want me to send the free masterclass to, and then you can watch it straight away before it gets deleted. If not, just simply click the link underneath where you've pressed play on the podcast. So there's two ways you can easily beat rejection blues. So I want to tell you a story about when I used to work in sales. I did this as my main job and my main form of income after I'd graduated from drama school, and I was working this job between acting jobs. And the thing I need to tell you about any sales job, if you've ever done a sales job before, you will know sales is full of rejection. You get way more no's than you do yeses, and if you let the no's get the better of you, you would never have a good day, you'd go home feeling like shit, and you would come back having earned zero. The sales job was very much like building an acting career, and it made me think of you guys. So it was commission-based, a commission-based wage, which meant if I didn't pitch or if I didn't turn pitches into sales, I earned nothing. So there was no basic wage. It was commission only. And acting is exactly the same. If you don't pitch yourself, firstly, no one knows you're an actor. Secondly, you don't earn any money from acting. And I don't think it's crude to talk about this. We are here to offer our talent, our skills, and our artistic services in exchange for financial compensation. Because if not, if you don't get paid to act, how do you pay your mortgage? How do you pay your bills? You've got to get to a point with your acting career where you are eventually replacing your income from your 9-to-5 job with income from acting. However, once you start getting to that point where you are starting to build your profile and increase your visibility, of course you are going to experience more rejection because you're actively putting yourself out there. And rejection is powerful. It has a really strong pull on our emotions. So I want you to imagine rejection as those children's toys, sticky wall crawlers. So they come in like the shape of a hand or the shape of a ball, and it's really sticky. It's firm but sticky, but like a gooey material. That's the only way I can really describe it. And the child throws it against the wall and it sticks. And I want you to imagine rejection, the pain of rejection is that stickiness from that wall crawler. It's called a wall crawler because sometimes it'll slowly crawl down the wall, but usually it gets stuck. So if we imagine the pain of rejection is that stickiness from that wall crawler, we've got to pull ourselves off of the wall of rejection so we don't get stuck there, and the stories we tell ourselves about what we've made the rejection mean about us doesn't imprint itself on us. So when I was in this sales job, the way I would do this is I would take the emotion completely out of the pitches and completely out of the rejections. And I did it by tallying the amount of pitches I did in a notebook and then putting a big tick when I got a yes. So I was constantly in a day running out to people, pitching them. It was called cold calling because they didn't know who I was. They weren't expecting a pitch. And you're essentially doing exactly the same when you're reaching out to casting directors, when you are applying for castings, when you're reaching out to directors, when you're writing to agents, you are essentially cold calling. So I took the emotion out, as I've said, by tallying the amount of pitches I would do in a day and then putting a big tick every time I got a yes or a sale. That way I could work out the law of averages. And the law of averages is, on average, how many pitches do I need to do before I get a sale? And it made it really fun and exciting for me because it was almost like every single day was like a little treasure map. It's like, oh, I need to go on this little journey to find the treasure, but I don't know where this treasure is. It's hidden somewhere. Which person is it hidden in? And the more pitches I did, the more I got confident with my pitches and the more I started to figure out the type of people I needed to be pitching. And it's the same in acting. The more pitching you do, which would be a cover letter, applying for a casting, introducing yourself to a director or whoever, the more you start doing, the more confident you get with them, the more you can refine and tweak them, and the more you start to figure out, well, how many of these do I have to send off before I start getting a yes? And who are the right people for me to be pitching to? So I'm proposing you try something similar because it's taking the emotion out of it and making it more fun. So it's replacing the sting of the rejection when we do get those no's with fun, enjoyment, joy, which is a better emotion. It's a more elevated emotion. It takes the story out of the rejection, and it is the story what keeps that rejection living inside of you and holding you back long after the rejection has happened. So as I've already said, find a way to make pitching yourself, which is essentially what an audition is. When you go into an audition, you are pitching your talent, you are pitching your brand, you are pitching who you are as an actor, or, any type of outreach that you make in the industry. Like I've already said, cover letters, writing to whoever. Find a way to make pitching yourself fun for you. Find a way to take the sting out of the rejection by making it an objective, fun exercise. So you might want to try out what I did in the sales job. You might want to tally how many cover letters have I written? How many auditions have I applied for? How many auditions have I been to? And then put a big tick every time you get in a yes, and you start to work out the law of averages. So then it becomes common sense rather than this emotional story of I'm shit, I'm not good enough, nobody wants me, I'm never going to get anywhere. Instead, it becomes objective and, so it took me 30 castings to apply for before I got invited into the audition room, or it took me 10 auditions to do before I got cast. You start to figure out those law of averages, and then it's not personal. And that's the problem with rejection. We make it personal. We tell ourselves stories that we literally have no evidence for. We heard a no, then we create a big old story in our heads. So I hope this is useful for you. I hope it's making you think. That got me through my days of many, 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 many times a gazillion no's, because I would get no's thrown at me left, right and centre in that sales job. And I actually think it allowed me to build a lot of resilience, and it allowed me to be a problem solver, because I figured out if I'm going to keep letting these no's get the better of me, I'm not going to get anywhere. So I hope this is helping you, my story, my experience. I hope it's helping you find the inspiration to become a problem solver around the nose as well. Now, if you want some help with this, because I'd love to help you, I can offer you practical exercises that are going to help you feel calm, confident and pumped after rejection. So rejection is no longer this stingy, horrible feeling. You're actually excited by it, which is what I was when I was doing that sales job. So I can offer you exercises that are going to feel like that will get you to those paid acting jobs quicker inside that masterclass that I delivered on Saturday that I've told you about, the winning actor, bulletproof yourself against rejection. So just as a reminder, it's available to watch for free until the end of Friday, the 8th of November. After that, it is getting deleted forever. I believe it would be worth investing an hour of your time into this, especially if getting to more auditions, even after hearing a no, is high on your list of priorities. So this is not a masterclass for actors who just like grabbing freebies and do absolutely nothing with the information. This is a masterclass that I want to give you for free if you're going to watch it and you are going to implement the techniques that go with it before it's deleted. So if that's you, if you know, yes, actually, I'll watch it, I'll implement the techniques because I know it'll help me become an unstoppable actor, then go and watch it for free at bit.ly/the winning actor. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Hope it's got you thinking outside the box, and I'll see you inside the masterclass.
I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.